You could tomorrow because you're fat. Of course, we're gonna talk about your weight loss because it's a good thing. In Korean beauty standards, obesity is the Hello gorgeous, it's Gina here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be talking about Korea's fat phobia and changing beauty standards. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things, so make sure to buckle in. Before we get started, I published a book called The Weird Not So Weird of Korea. Your girl is an author now. It has 100 topics of Korean culture, Korean beauty, customs, and more. Also includes some of my videos that I talked about in the past. So please go check it out. I'll leave that link in the description box. Growing up in Korea, I was always overweight, which significantly impacted my self-esteem and confidence. I was born and raised in Korea until I was 13. Korea's beauty standards are notoriously extreme, often glorifying extremely thin bodies and creating a culture that praises skinniness, which everybody kind of know now. This societal pressure made me feel insecure about my body for many years. I vividly remember growing up, starting in elementary school, there's a physical day where it's not only they test your physical ability, they literally take down your height and weight in front of the class. Everybody takes turns. So every individual, every student gets to go up there. They do it in front of everybody. How much you weigh. When it was my turn, I remember when I stepped on the scale, mean boys would shout out, Gina weighs X kilogram. And I still remember that. It was very humiliating. I was embarrassed. Paper comes in and teacher hands it out. The paper said I was overweight. So they were like telling people and they were like making fun of me being overweight. Everybody started calling me 돼지, pig. Although this was 20 years ago, I still remember it vividly, and it's almost like trauma. Apart from my classmates, my relatives, even my own family would call me chubby and fat. I knew it was my problem at the time because it's getting commented over and over again. It's almost normalized to comment on other people's body. I've left Korea for about almost 20 years now, 17 years to be specific. My first time going back to Korea was exactly a year ago. And during those recent trips in Korea, I experienced a surprising shift. Despite being considered overweight by traditional Korean beauty standards, I felt more comfortable in my own skin. I saw my cousin for the first time in like a year, and first thing she said was, "Oh, you lost weight." Another cousin comes in and he's like, "Oh, you lost weight." And in that moment, I was just like, what? From Korean's perspective, that's a compliment because weight loss is a good thing in Korean culture. Also, it's something that you say to people. Is this a compliment? And what threw me off was her husband commented the same to me. And I just thought that was so bizarre because a man just comments about how I look. Culture itself, it heavily reflects on people's appearance. And it's been embedded within our culture for so long. It's so normal. Of course, we're gonna talk about your weight loss because it's a good thing. They really had no intention of making me feel insecure. It's just something that we say. Though our harsh beauty standards still do exist in Korea, it's not as bad as I thought it was. With the generation change, Gen Z in Korea don't seem to care much about other people, more about focusing on individual. Before, our past generations in Korea focused more about community. What I've noticed is they don't immediately comment on your body, but they still do comment. They were a lot more gentle, I would say. Before it was, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. Nowadays, take care of your health. In order for you to take care of your health, you should lose some weight. They weren't saying it to attack me personally. They were really thinking that I was in a bad health condition. I guess this kind of goes back to health conscious movement in Korea where people are just more health conscious. Obesity could be a big factor of your declining health. In Korean beauty standards, obesity is the worst thing you can get because it's gonna eventually lead to heart attack, diabetes, high blood pressure. You could die tomorrow because you're fat. And that's how intense skinny culture is like, and our beauty culture is really extreme. I noticed a growing presence of size-inclusive shops. This comfort stemmed from observing a broader acceptance of different body sizes in Korea. Before I went to Korea, I was a little bit nervous to travel for a few reasons. It's with past experience and the trauma in Korea. I'm still overweight. People would point fingers at me for being fat and not being able to fit in the typical Korean beauty standards. And when I went to Hongdae and certain areas, all the shops, they carried free size, which is one size of Korea. They carried a lot of free sizing and smaller sizes because they were targeting college students and younger people, which tend to have smaller frames, and they were extremely small. So I kind of stopped looking around, but then I realized there are actually size inclusive shops available in other areas. I just had to research it on my own. They weren't just visible. I had to do some research, which I was able to find at malls in various cities as well in Korea. I was able to shop this time at different brands and different shops. I was able to find clothes that actually fit me. I mean, I still don't fit into the free size, but there are clothes that fit me in Korea. So there is a consumer market available and expanding in Korea. This change indicates a slow but meaningful shift towards body positivity and inclusivity in everyday life. But let's talk about contradictions in media representation. The media portrayal of beauty in Korea remains largely unchanged. Korean pop culture, particularly K-pop, continues to idolize extreme skinny individuals. We all know K-pop idols often adhere to strict diet, to rigorous fitness regimes to maintain their slim figures, perpetuating an unrealistic and unhealthy beauty standards. This media representation reinforces the idea that only those who fit in these narrow molds are worthy of success and admiration. Especially for people that live outside of Korea, all we see is the media representation through K-dramas, K-pop idols, and all these media only shows stick skinny people. Of course, I don't want to generalize all the people, all the celebrities be stick skinny, but going in depth with the K-pop culture and Korean drama actors and actresses, they have to be stick skinny to be shown on the camera. An example of K-pop industry, some people cannot debut because of their weight, because they're fat. They have to be a certain number of weights. They have to have certain image of being put together. If you don't fit into the mold that they created, then you can't be seen on TV. This representation of the beauty standards in Korea, it can be extremely toxic. The cultural pressure on women to conform to specific weight standards is pervasive. There is a saying in Korea that implies women must be below a certain weight to be considered truly feminine. I'm not going to disclose the exact number. They don't care about how tall you are, age. They have this one specific number, kilogram, that every woman should be in Korea. Otherwise, you're not a woman. How nonsense is this? When I go to Korea, not everybody is stick skinny. Looks like K-pop idols, like they just came out of straight from Korean drama, which is okay. Yet the media still only show a certain image. In similar context, Hollywood's actors and actresses are very extremely small and skinny because they have to portray a certain image and roles and they have to be on camera. But in Korea, everybody expects you to be like the K-pop idols, Korean actor, actresses, especially very harsh on women. In conclusion, Korea's beauty standards, especially within the entertainment industry, remain extreme and often unachievable. However, in real life, there is a more diverse range of body types being accepted and represented. So what do you think? What was your experience like in Korean beauty standards? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Annyeong!